Welcome to the podcast Friday Feels, brought to you by the Office of Counseling and Wellness at Berkeley College. I'm your host and personal counselor, Sarah Nickerson. Join our journey with Berkeley students as they navigate the challenges of the current pandemic with strength, creativity, and wisdom. New episodes released every Friday. Thanks for listening. Okay, well, welcome, Ethan, to Friday Feels. You have come highly recommended by several people, so I'm really glad to have you on here
Thank
today.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, so fill me in. How are you feeling?
I'm doing good to be honest. In my second week of my third semester. My major
Yeah.
is financial services. So it's going good so
Ooh.
far. I'm I have a 4.0 GPA, so I can't complain. Pretty
Wow.
excited, but I
Yeah.
just can't wait to be done.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, that's great. Yeah. Well, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. Anything you want to share?
Sure. So I'm 19, just turned 19 in May. I'm a New York Cares volunteer. As I said earlier, I'm on the president's list because
Oh,
I have a
wow.
4.0 GPA.
Yeah.
This is my third semester at Berkeley. I'm also a New York Cares volunteer, a student
Nice.
orientation leader at Berkeley, of course.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm a member of the first year residential experience, FIRE.
Wow. Wow. So you are a super busy person.
Low key, low key,
Or high key.
or high key.
What like what has been the best part of your Berkeley experience being a student so far?
So I started winter 2020 and I was dorming, of course, at the White Plains campus because that's where the dorms are. I
Yeah.
was stationed at Cottage Place, but I was only able to stay there for about 2.5 months, 3 months, because I think Westchester got its first case of
Uh,
COVID early
yeah.
March, sometime in early March. And my mom wasn't comfortable with me staying in the dorms,
Sure.
especially with Corona going on. So she advised me to go stay with my aunt in Georgia, in Atlanta. Um,
Okay.
and that's where I spent 4 months with her because of the dorms. And then while I
Okay.
was in Atlanta, Berkeley kind of kicked us out, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So I had to ask my sister in New York to like grab all my stuff and move me out. Well, while I was in Atlanta, because I was not about to take a plane to go to New York to move out my
Right.
stuff because
Right.
it's too risky.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. So yeah, you had a lot of transitions in the last few months. And where are you now?
Yeah, now I'm in the Caribbean, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's where my
Nice.
dad's from. I did my last 2 years of high school in St. Vincent before I moved back to the States because I was born in Brooklyn but lived in the Caribbean for like basically my whole life.
Yeah. What was that like for you to be able to return to finish out school there?
It was good. It was good. I would visit New York at least twice a year, on
Nice.
vacations, so either summer and or spring for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was normal. I mean, New York is like my second home. So I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't used to being in White Plains because,
Sure.
as I said, I was born in Brooklyn, so I would either be in
Yeah.
Brooklyn or Manhattan. So the White Plains was different, but I still loved it because it was out of the city, but it was still a
Yeah.
city simultaneously.
Yeah.
White
It's
Plains
just a
is such
different
a nice
city.
community. Yeah, it's such a nice community. It's really quiet. You don't hear that much sirens and stuff like that. Everybody kind of knew one another because, as I said, it's kind of small.
Yeah.
So that was great. That was great.
That's good. What has
Mhm.
like what with all those transitions happening, what has the pandemic been like for you? Like what has been most difficult and what has been really good?
So I'm an extrovert, so I love going out. Um, so the pandemic, oh my God, I was stressed out in the beginning because I was like, oh my goodness, I can't go outside, or if I go outside, like you gotta be so it's paranoia. It's
Yeah,
like you go
yeah.
outside and like, you touch something, oh my God, I gotta
Sure.
sanitize my hands, I gotta wash my hands, that kind of thing. So that kind of took a toll on me. I broke out really bad with my acne because of the
Oh,
stress.
yeah. Yeah,
And
same.
then for school-wise, I was signed up for on-site classes because I hate online schooling. Like, I need to hear a professor in my head
Oh,
constantly for me
yes,
to be able to
I'm the
grasp the
same.
information.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I learned that we had to go online, well, we were already in, I think, week 10 or week 12, I think, when we had to move out. So finishing online for my first semester wasn't that bad because it was only like 3 weeks left. But
Mm.
for the spring semester, um, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to do 15 weeks of online schooling. Whew, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But Berkeley is a school where, the professors care about you.
Yeah.
Um, it's a private school, so it's small. Everyone knows one another. So the spring semester honestly wasn't that bad. I was still able to maintain my 4.0 GPA.
Yeah.
So any little questions I had, I would like, run to my professor, shoot an email or um, email CAS, the
Right.
Center for Academic
Yeah.
Success. They were always there to assist if you needed anything. And then the professors always supplied us with PowerPoint slides. The ebooks were pretty much self-explanatory. Um, and you just got to read your material too in practice, and
Mhm.
that's how I was able to get through. So online, I don't really like it at the same time, but it's still
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah,
So that was one of my difficult things that I had to, transition to. Um,
for
but one
sure.
thing that I liked about the pandemic is that it made me more health conscious. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, it did. So I started taking my vitamins.
Yes.
Um, I started taking my vitamin C, B12, B6, B complex, um, and a few other ones, multivitamins,
Yeah.
fiber, this, that, you name it. I was on it because I'm
Yeah,
like, I just can't afford to get sick.
for sure.
Um, and it was just so scary. So
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah. And then another thing, I'm also very family oriented. So
Aw.
the fact that I was able to stay home and spend good and quality time with my family, um, that
Mm.
made me happy.
Yeah,
But
I
the
love that.
interaction with friends and all that stuff while in New York and in Atlanta just had to stop. Like everything was over FaceTime,
Right,
Zoom, right?
right.
So, but now that I'm back in the Caribbean and in St. Vincent, we only have one active case, and
Ooh.
it's actually imported from the US, but they're in government isolation. So I mean,
Mm.
outside is pretty calm, and like there's some sense of normalcy. When you go to
Yeah.
business places, like they've added this thing where you wash your hands before you go in, or you either sanitize.
Right,
So
right.
there's that. Some businesses have it that you must wear a mask to go in. Um, some banks have that rule as well.
Mm. Yeah.
And then business hours have sometimes shifted. The banks would normally close at like 2 in the afternoon, but now instead they close at 12. And then from
Gotcha.
8 to 9 would be the hour for like the elderly to go and do what they have to do.
Yeah, so, like, a lot
So
of
I mean,
modifications.
yeah, yeah, that you have to get adjusted to. But there's a sense of normalcy here, and that's why I like it because I could go out, I could go to the restaurant and eat with friends,
Yeah,
family, mingle,
yeah.
and not have to worry as much as if I were in the States.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
hmm
What are some of your plans for the future?
so right now, I just actually finished my induction of the National Society of Leadership and Success. So I'm a
Nice.
fully inducted member of the NSLS.
Yay,
Um,
congrats.
thank you. As for now, I just need to pay attention for my third semester. This semester, I'm doing like two core courses.
Mm,
So, right, two of my core courses. Um, so I'm doing 5 courses this semester, so 15 credits. I'm just trying to keep my GPA at a 4.0 because I don't want it to
right.
drop.
Yeah,
Because I'm this far and it's still 4.0. It's like I don't want it to drop. I don't want to drop.
I know, I
But
know.
so that's going okay, to be honest. It's the second week and I'm going okay. I'm going fine. I have all A's in all my classes.
That's
It's
good.
still early, but I mean,
You got it. You've got it
hey.
for sure.
Yeah, but I finished in winter 2021, graduating with my associates in financial
Ooh,
services.
nice.
Um, from the fall, I'm hoping to transfer to NYU
Nice.
or Georgia Tech or Emory,
Okay.
and that's where I would do my bachelor's in finance. Hopefully, once I
Wow.
get in.
Nice. Do you know what you want to do with that major?
I'm hoping to work at a big finance firm such as like Goldman Sachs or JP
Mm,
Morgan.
nice.
Um, that's my dream, but hopefully I get
Yeah.
there. Taking it one day at a time.
That's it. That's all you can do, you know?
hmm
What helps you to like to de-stress or to keep you grounded?
To keep me grounded, I just think of my goals. I mean, like, hey, Ethan, you're not gonna get to Goldman Sachs if you don't study. You're not gonna
That's
get to
true.
NYU or Georgia Tech or Emory if you don't
Right.
push. Like, hey, and the NSLS actually helped me organize my goals, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um, because there are different steps that you have to do towards induction, such as your student networking teams. Um, then they have this thing with many other people like Susie Orman, Anderson Cooper, and a lot of other members of the NSLS that would discuss their field that they're in. So Anderson
Right.
Cooper, I think, discussed journalism.
Wow.
Susie Orman did finance because she's a finance expert. And there were a few other people. I can't remember the names. I'm really bad with names, but
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
when you looked at those videos and you answered the questions that the NSLS gave us, and you participated in the various SNT meetings and you organized your goals, that helped me organize mine, so that
Mm,
I would keep focus and stay grounded.
yeah.
Another thing, what I do to de-stress, I listen to music. Like I love music.
Good. Yeah.
So while I'm doing my assignments, I listen to music. While I'm driving, listen to music, of course. But
Mm.
since I'm from the Caribbean of some sort, I listen to soca. Soca is a
Yes. I
genre
love
of
soca
music.
music.
Right.
Yeah.
Soca is a genre of music that just keeps me going. It keeps my blood
Yeah.
alive.
Gives you life, man.
It does. It does. And then dancehall. Dancehall is originated from Jamaica.
Ah.
That keeps me steady as well.
Who's your favorite soca artist?
My favorite soca artist. Oh my goodness.
If you
There
can
are
pick
so many good ones. There are so many good ones. But I'd have to say Patrice Roberts. I think she gets it.
one.
Yeah, she gets it.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. Yeah,
hmm
dancing, I feel like dancing and movement and music is such a great way to get ourselves, like, out
It
of a
is.
funk or to keep us motivated or to bring
It
us
is.
joy.
It is.
I love that.
Definitely. hmm
Well, my last question for you will be if you had to give any advice, encouragement, or words of support to other Berkeley students during this time, what would it be?
Um, Advice. What would I say? I would say stay focused. Keep your mind on your goals.
Mm,
Yes, there's a pandemic. It's really bad. I mean, it was underplayed by our president, but at the same time, there's a pandemic outside, and we just need to be careful. We need to be careful. Stay
mm,
inside. Only go out if you have to. Wear your mask. Wash your hands.
mm,
Sanitize your hands. That's the only
mm.
way we're going to see this thing through. School
Yeah,
wise, stay focused. Whatever you need to do, visit CAS online. Do your student hours with your professor. Contact your professor if you have any questions. Google helped
I
me
know.
so many
My
times.
friend too.
I know, right? Google helped me so many times last semester. There's this thing called Grammarly.
Yeah.
It's free up to a certain extent. I use it for all my papers. Like once I finish a paper, I run it through Grammarly to adjust if I have any grammatical errors or to make my paper more enticing or something like that. Use Grammarly as Google as well. Make Grammarly your best friend, because that will actually help your score, especially for things like discussion
Yeah.
boards where you're
Yeah.
graded on substance and grammar. Grammarly will help you get would help you get your maximum score that you could possibly get. I have
Yeah.
tried it. Like I've used Grammarly for a discussion board, and I've done my discussion board without using Grammarly, and I saw a difference of 5 points for a grammar. I mean,
Mm,
5
wow.
points may not sound like a lot,
It's a
but
big
5
difference.
points could determine if you get an A or a B plus. Trust me, it may sound small,
Yeah.
but it could
Yeah.
determine if you get an A or a B plus. So use those little things to your advantage, and please go out and vote because this pandemic is ridiculous. Vote like your life depends on it. If you need
Yes.
to register to vote, but just vote because your life depends on it. Literally, like literally, it
Yes.
depends on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Wise words, my friend. Wise
Mhm.
words. Well, I'm so glad to have had you on here today, Ethan. Thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Sarah.
yeah, thank you for taking time. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. I'm
Mhm.
so glad that where you are, things are a little bit calmer.
It is.
Hopefully that will happen for us here in the United States.
Hopefully soon. Hopefully. Let's
But I
hope that we get a
yeah,
vaccine soon and like the
I
general
know.
public could get it quick enough.
Right.
I mean, yes, they have to mass produce it, and then the first responders would be the first one to get it, obviously, because
Right.
they're out there dealing with all the other patients. Um, but let's just hope that we get one soon, and it's okay that we could use.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Well, take care. Hopefully I'll get to see
Thank you,
you in
Sarah.
person sometime in the future.
Same here. Same here.
All right, have a good day.
Alrighty, you too. Take care.
That's all for now. Join us next week for another episode of Friday Feels. Enjoy your weekend and stay safe. Be well.